The Great Gilly Hopkins is a pretty enjoyable film. This was released in 2015. It's directed by Stephen Herrick and it's written by David Patterson, based on the book by Catherine Patterson. I haven't read the book. If you know how it compares, if you have any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. And we have a brilliant cast. We have Kathy Bates, Glenn Close, Octavia Spencer, Julia Stiles. We have Sophie Nélisse, and I apologise if I've mispronounced that, as our titular character, Gilly Hopkins. And she's in the foster system, and she goes to stay with the Trotters, and we get the brilliant character Kathy Bates plays Trotter, and she's just an absolute delight. I love her. In fact, I love most of the characters. They're just so wonderfully written, including Gilly. Great performance, brilliant character. She has been moving around the foster system quite a lot, and that kind of initially made me think, is she going to be unlikable? Is she going to be abrasive? Is she going to be a really nasty character? Well, yes and no. On the one hand, she has a terrible attitude. She isn't very pleasant. She gave her foster mother a card with a very questionable poem on the inside, and I hesitate to use the word poem there, but she is so likeable. She is such a likeable character, and it's kind of baffling how she can have all of these problematic qualities, but she's so likeable. And I guess it's because it's very easy to see that underneath all of that problematic behaviour, there's a very big heart. And it doesn't take that long for that to start coming out and for us to start seeing that and for other people to start seeing that. And I almost feel like Gilly herself didn't necessarily know it was there, but because she met the right family at the right time, she was able to tap into that part of herself that she'd maybe kept hidden away. And I'm getting a little emotional. It's a really beautiful story. And I don't want to say ultimately what happens or if she stays in the system or anything like that, but it's a really well-written narrative, really interesting story, fantastic character writing, really amazing characters, great performances to go along with that. And Gilly is an amazing protagonist. As I said, she has some really problematic behaviours, but she is so likeable. And I just thought she was fabulous. So honestly, not only do I not have any complaints about The Great Gilly Hopkins, but I really thoroughly recommend it. It's quite funny, but it's definitely quite emotional as well. And it's a really fabulous journey. I don't want to say any more. I don't want to give anything else away. If you're even slightly interested in it, whether the narrative appeals to you or anybody in the cast appeals to you, give it a go. I really hope you enjoy it. I thought The Great Gilly Hopkins was a fantastic experience. I wouldn't mind watching it again at some point, and I very, very rarely watch the same film twice because I'd rather spend that time discovering something I hadn't seen. But this one, if I ever come across it again, if I ever have a reason to watch it again, I will be very happy to do so. And for now, I am, of course, very happy to recommend The Great Gilly Hopkins.